All inside and taking advantage of that size advantage they have on Arkansas State.
Well, they're playing within themselves. Play calling is very simple. You run what's working, and getting the ball inside has been working for Georgia early in this game.
Boone lost the pass, got it back. Finds Adams inside, and he got tied up from behind, and a foul is going to be called.
It's a very unselfish play by Boone. He had the shot, but he saw Adams on the box, and he passed up the shot. This is excellent basketball. A higher percentage shots is right around the basket, and he found his teammates.
Sherrod Brantley was called for the foul. That puts Adams at the line for the second time.
Just look for Arkansas State to continue being patient in their offense. Three things happen when a team is patient. First of all, you get guys involved. Second, it makes the other team work on the defensive end. And third, what's important for Arkansas State, it keeps the ball out of Trey Tompkins' hands.
Adams again got one of the two. He's the 9th best rebounder in the Sun Belt Conference. He transferred into the program from Oklahoma State. And John Brady said first half of last season took him a while to get acclimated. By the second half of the season, felt like he was one of the best post players in the Sun Belt Conference.
He has a chance to be player of the year. This team is going to wreak havoc in the Sun Belt Conference, and he is the guy for this Arkansas State team.
Tompkins missed the three-point attempt, gives Arkansas State chance to run out. They get it in the low post to Adams. He was guarded tightly by Barnes. They work it back to him again. In a double team shot blocked by Tompkins. Came from the side and knocked it out of bounds. There's Martavius Adams and his profile. Originally committed to Georgia in 2005. Played at Oklahoma State. Played sparingly his freshman year. Set out in the transfer. And now the bucket inside for Arkansas State.
Well, Boone made an excellent drive. Again, those two guys are going to be the catalyst for Arkansas State if they're going to be in this game today. Also, Arkansas State, as I said earlier, I knew they would fall back into a zone because Georgia's just too much on the blocks for them.
Brantley the miss. Tompkins got the rebound. Tompkins puts it on the floor and puts it in the basket.
So smooth. Trey Tompkins has a scorer's mentality. This guy has no weakness.
Preseason first team Southeastern Conference, of course, also the preseason player of the year in voting coaches. Allison banked it in. Rashad Allison, senior guard out of Minneapolis, makes it a 2-point game.
Great shot by Allison. He's a solid point guard, and he runs the team well for Arkansas State.
Arkansas State's 3-6 record, a bit deceptive. Nothing deceptive about that as Barnes slams it home with authority. He's got 6 points already.
Now that was a design play by Coach Fox. That was a high-low. Excellent offense. Very great execution by this Georgia team.
Peterson and Leslie grabs the rebound, clears it to Dustin Ware. Brantley to a cutting Leslie with the left hand. Beautifully executed. Timeout called by John Brady. Couple of nice executed plays by the Georgia Bulldogs. Gives them a lead.
Now, this is a great job of awareness by Leslie. Excellent pass from Barnes. Leslie found the opening in the zone and created his own shot.
And Barnes had the slam after getting the assist on the next basket. College basketball is on CSS. Don't miss live men's and women's matchups from the SEC, Conference USA, Sun Belt, ACC, and Big East. You can visit css-sports.com to find the complete schedule, including tonight's ball game from Rupp Arena as the 16th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats play host to Mississippi Valley State. That's tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern right here on CSS. That Mississippi Valley State team pushed Georgia to the brink in the season opener. Bulldogs won by only 2 in that one. One of those 5 games that we're talking about, they won by 3 points or less.
They escaped barely on that one. Also, Coach Fox has to be happy with Leslie being aggressive. The last 2 games, he had 4 against UAB and 4 points against Tech. Already he has 5 points today, so this is a pleasant surprise for the Dogs.
Adams at the foul line. Follows his own miss, but knocked it out of bounds. Furthering the point on Leslie. Mark Fox says for the first time in his career, he's near the top of the scouting report for each opponent, and that's something he's getting used to. More focus on him from the opponents as far as putting him in the scouting report. It's always been Trey Tompkins, and now his name is right up there with Trey Tompkins.
Well, he has tons of potential. Like I said, he's a highlight factory. They need him to play more consistent, especially when SEC competition rolls around.
The good news is the attention drawn by Travis Leslie has opened things up for Gerald Robinson, who's the new player on this Georgia team and a player that Mark Fox says has brought a new dimension to their offense. There's Gerald Robinson right there. Price finished it off.
Excellent job by Robinson. Excellent recognition. He's that element that they have last year. He's a slasher. He can get anywhere in the paint off the dribble.
And then Allison blows by the defense and gets the layup. So Arkansas State hanging around. They're down 6. This is an Arkansas State team that has won 2 in a row, 3 of their last 4. Their only loss during that 4-game stretch was an overtime loss at FedEx Forum to the Memphis Tigers. Robinson off the mark. Adams snags the rebound. They were down 18 in that ball game to Memphis and forced overtime.
And had a chance to win that game at Memphis. If they would have hit the free throw before the close of regulation, Coach Brady said it was all over. However, that's a part of basketball. Guys miss shots.
Yeah, they're 3-6, and as I mentioned, their record is deceptive. They feel like there's 4 games that they lost that they really could have won. Pass is stolen by Robinson. He'll take it in for the easy layup.
Great anticipation by Gerald Robinson. He's been struggling from the field with his jump shot. Once you get a couple of steals, get in the passing lane, a couple of layups, the jump shot will suddenly start falling.
So 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. Boone nearly traveled. Allison off a screen, fires the 3 and buries it. That's one of the things Arkansas State has really struggled with so far this season is shooting the 3 ball.
Well, that's great patience again in their offense. If you're patient and you set screens for each other, you're going to get wide open shots. And if you're a shooter, trust your stroke, the ball will fall.
They're 11th in the conference, the Sun Belt, in shooting the 3, less than 30%. But right now it's just a 5-point game. Pretty typical for the Georgia Bulldogs. That's Dante Williams who's at the top of the key. And back to Williams it goes. Baseline jumper. Allison the rebound. Pushes it up the floor for the Red Wolf. Donald Boone off back iron. Kirkland tried to keep it alive but couldn't.
Now that's not good shot selection by Arkansas State. Coach Brady don't want them getting into an up and down game with the Dogs.
Robinson the turnover. Allison back to Boone, and Allison trying to draw contact and was able to do that. Foul's going to be called on Marcus Thornton. And a timeout on the floor with the Bulldogs leading by 5. Gerald Robinson leads the Southeastern Conference, averaging over 5 assists per game. Nice dish right here, and Price the finish.